Hello there and good morning. This is Marlies and welcome to my channel Marlie Design. Yeah, it's been a long time because I haven't been posting any videos for maybe the last week. It is just life that gets in between and things happen. So my children lost one of their teachers, a very sad story about suicide. So it was a heavy week because this was also the first time for my children to experience something like that. And they were very sad and had a lot of questions. Of course, there was also Easter in between. Yeah, we tried to spend some time with my parents and did an Easter lunch together and went for a walk outside and everything. So that was very relaxing. And then also I am on standby for taking care of my niece because my sister-in-law, her sister is in a hospital with septic shock and she is in a very, very, very bad state. So you can maybe just a little bit imagine that there is a little bit of stress going on, a bit of chaos and a lot of mixed emotions at the moment. So yeah, that is why I haven't been posting any videos in the last 10 days a week, let's say that. But for me creating, it is also, it's relaxing and it is to keep my mind sane in these times that I just explained. So I want to do a small project for today, as well as for myself, as well as for you guys. What will I do today? In front of me, you can see I have one of the older papers out of the Tim Holtz paper pads, and I would like to create a little junk journal insert, which can hold some small cards. I hope I can make it work to create an insert that can hold like also ATC cards. 2.5 by 3.5 inches is an ATC card, or in centimeters we are talking about 6.4 by 8.9 centimeters. So I'm trying to aim for an insert that can hold that size of card. The paper will be folded, but what you will see at that moment is that when you look at this piece, of course the text and the images is right in the right direction, but of course this will be like upside down. My preference will be that I will cut a strip of paper, but I will also cut it in half so I can change the position of the imagery, because I want to have both sides of my insert to have the imagery in the right position. I will first cut a strip of paper 8 centimeters wide. So now we only have the top part of our paper strip, and I want at least 10 centimeters, so that is 4 inches, as a base where you will put your cards. My leftover piece will be the flap and the closure for this little insert. Make sure to line up your paper. I have placed my second paper on top, and I'm not going to cut here because, like I just said, I need an extra little piece of paper which I can glue to the back of my basic first paper. So this piece will be a little bit more extended. Right away, when your papers are still on top of each other and in the right measurements, I will line up my ruler and make the fold on our second paper. Okay, so now I have two parts. The first part with the slightly bigger flap and the second part with a smaller flap for gluing. There are two ways to put these two pieces together. You can choose to have this in the front, this side. Then the front will look like this and the inside will look like this. That means that this text is upside down, but from the whole piece of paper, this is the only piece that is upside down. Let me show you the other way. So if we move the flap to the other side, we will turn this and we will use this as a front. Our imagery is facing the right side, but when I open it, the map, the waybill form, and this, well, let's say report kind of thing, they are all upside down. So you just have to make the choice for yourself which way works best for you. And my choice for today is that I would like this side on the front. In the meantime, I have also punched my corners. I have chosen a round shape for the corners of the flap and also on my front paper. And what I would like to create on the inside is like 2 belly bands, so you can hold and slide in and out your card, your ATC card. So I will put one up here and I will put one up here. So how do I make my choice of paper? Well, I take a good look on how the background looks. It is quite neutral of color. There is some writing, there is a little bit of a pattern, some pieces of tape, but it's all quite neutral and beige. So when I go back to the paper that we just used to cut the strip, I saw this piece of paper, and when you put it on top of the paper that we already have, you can see it creates contrast, and that is what I am looking for. So I will cut 2 strips out of this pattern as a belly band. Before gluing down the belly bands, I will first age my papers. I will do that with the Archival ink Vintage Photo and my blending tool. I want to do a little bit of decorating and not too much, because when you add too much layers on top of those belly bands, yeah, of course the insert, both of the pages will get very thick and maybe too thick, so that when you want to close the insert, yeah, it's not working because it will be like bulky. So when we are talking about a small piece of ephemera, I have chosen to work with the Tim Holtz mini paper dolls. They have the perfect size, and yeah, and I also love how the dolls are like standing and sitting or leaning against something. Yeah, it makes your work more interesting. So I got this man and this little boy for the top belly band, and a sitting lady with a little standing cute girl for the bottom belly band. I have placed both cards underneath the belly band, and what you can see is that they disappear a bit, because it is all in the same color scheme, all a bit neutral. But there's just one simple thing that you can do to make the card stand out more, and that is to give it a backing. And there we have our backing paper, and I think that makes such a big difference. Just one piece of black paper and it stands out right away. On the cards itself, I would not like a whole lot of embellishment because of course they still need to fit underneath the belly band, and it could also be like too busy because we already have the paper dolls. Maybe I will put like later on a quote in the middle or something, but a small piece of ephemera or embellishment would work on these papers. And I was thinking about the Tim Holtz classic labels because they also come in black, and we already have worked with black tones and, well, dark gray tones. So let me find two of my choice and attach them to our cards. To decorate the labels, I have found two stamps. This stamp is from the stamp set from Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous, and the number is CMS 448 Eccentric. This stamp is also from Tim Holtz and Stampers Anonymous and is from the set Field Notes CMS 396. Yeah, and to keep it in the same colors, I will stamp with the Archival ink Black Soot. On both belly bands I would like a little quote, also in a black color with white letters. I think it will pop, and of course we already used black, and for the contrast it is very good. I will be using the Small Talk from Tim Holtz to get my quotes on the belly bands. So let's find two that will fit and place them. Okay, so our inside is done. We have the cards. You can use them as journal cards. You can get them out. You can write on the back when you have a white pen. You can even decorate the card even more if you want to. You can glue down your favorite picture. You can also attach some pieces of paper of like a recipe or a piece of invoice or a small handwritten note that is vintage. There are lots of possibilities to use these cards. Now let's focus on the outside because, yeah, we need some kind of closure. And maybe also on the bottom, if we want to keep it matching with the inside, maybe on the bottom we can also add a label. Okay, so the closure is on. We only need something to, to tie everything around. Some piece of a lace or ribbon or thread. I will find that in just a minute because, of course, our label is still empty and I want that, more filled, more embellished. So I will dive into my stamp set and let's see what we can find to decorate this. I found this lovely stamp set from Kathy Holden. I really love the autographs. So I think I will go for definitely one of these. And let's see if I can combine it with a couple of numbers. And again, I will do my stamping on the label with the Archival ink Black Soot. The stamping is also done, it's on there. The only thing to do is to close it all up. I found this, I think it is cute for this project and also not too thick. Yeah, so let's try to wrap it around a couple of times. Yeah, and there we have it. We are done for today. It was a small and easy project, but it is also very well adjustable to your own needs. I mean, when you really want to make ATC cards and you are trading those cards with other people, maybe you want to make a holder to place them in and send them to your friends. Of course, most of the ATC sets are existing out of 3 pieces, but then, yeah, you can imagine just add an extra layer underneath, so you will have 3 little pages and 3 little belly bands, so you can store 3 cards. And for today, well, okay, we did the opening, so when you open this, it folds out like towards me, where I'm sitting at right now, to the bottom. But you could also create one that will open like in a booklet to the side. And you do not have to fill them with ATC cards. You can make journal cards. You can make clusters. You can store pictures in a frame, or you could also store some little notepads. I also think this is a great example for people who have like a very busy life. And the lovely thing about this is that it is doable, quite simple, especially in times when things are hectic, like I explained at the beginning of the video. And when you make something like this, yeah, you still give yourself a little bit of crafty time. So I'm going to wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, got some inspiration out of it, and that you can adjust it to your own needs and desires. When you do, and you do create something, and you do want to post it for, let's say, on Instagram or Facebook, yeah, feel free to tag me, because I really would like to see what you create and that I have the chance to leave you a nice comment. The materials that I have used, I will put all links in the description box below. What you can also find in the description box is my link to my Ko-fi, where you can buy me a coffee, a link to my Etsy store where I sell my digital kits, and all links to my social platforms if you want to follow me and check out who I am and what I create. Thank you for watching my video and have an awesome day. Bye!